Now, we actually had another more cloud-related announcement that we made at ZertoCon, our event a couple of months ago, and that's actually a partnership, and to us, a very important partnership. We call it Zerto Backup for SaaS, but it's powered by Keepit, and this is how we deliver data protection for SaaS applications, because SaaS applications still need backup. Gartner predicts that 70% of organizations by 2022 will have suffered some kind of business disruption due to unrecoverable data in a SaaS application. And when we look at SaaS applications, specifically like Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace, there's a lot of responsibilities they have, but your data is still your responsibility. And Zerto Backup for SaaS really delivers that simple and easy, hassle-free data protection for those different platforms, actually the platforms that you can see right here. So it's Microsoft 365, it's Google Workspace, Salesforce, and Microsoft Dynamics 365. Offers you granular recovery. Actually, the way Keepit has built their platform, that's why I think it's such a great partnership, is very much like how we like to deliver a platform as well. So it's easy to use, simple workflows. It's just the simplicity of it really matches Zerto's simplicity and our simplicity in deployment and management. It's a cloud service, so you don't need any storage. It's stored in data centers across the world. Every backup is stored with 4 different copies across 2 different regions, so it's very secure. Has built-in immutability and has all the certifications that you need. So actually, what I quickly wanted to do is show you what the challenges are that we're trying to solve with Zerto Backup for SaaS. So that's really anything that you're used to from why you're protecting things right now. So it's a human error, the accidental deletions, it's actual disasters. Things still happen, unfortunately, even with large service providers and large SaaS service providers as well. And of course, you want to keep meeting your compliance requirements. And ransomware is a thing, unfortunately, a big thing. So it has built-in immutability and having that independent backup, so independent of your SaaS deployment, is really powerful as well. So what I wanted to do is quickly run you through Zerto Backup for SaaS, show you how easy it is and basically what you can protect. So that's what I'm going to do next.
Forgive me for my ignorance, but I always thought these SaaS applications like Microsoft Office and Salesforce actually backed up the user data.
Unfortunately, it became very clear in multiple outages that they don't. They give you a lot of like versioning and ability to restore different versions that you created. But if actually something happens to their environment or to their deployment, it's your data.
So you don't have any offsite replication, DR kinds of capabilities necessarily built in.
Correct.
Okay, I got you.
That's why.
So if, let's say you were to back up your Salesforce data and Salesforce were to go down, and presumably, I guess your data is lost in that case. So you would restore it to Salesforce, that data, and then Salesforce, if it ever came back up, would allow you to go on from where you were left off.
Correct.
Okay.
And Salesforce, actually, Salesforce Backup is kind of a somewhat newer thing. There's not a lot of vendors out there. One of the reasons, again, why we selected Keepit. And there's multiple ways. One, we can restore it into Salesforce, but we can also export it into a format that you could possibly import into something else. So as it's delivered as a cloud service, I simply log into Zerto Backup for SaaS powered by Keepit. And the only thing I need to do to be able to protect my environments is add those environments. So I've got Microsoft 365 running right now. So I basically attached using my admin account, my Microsoft 365 environment, I can add multiple of those, and it supports the backup of Exchange, of OneDrive, SharePoint, and even Teams. So I can recover chats, calendars, SharePoint sites, files within Teams, Teams itself, so Teams that I've set up. So we can go really granular from a recovery perspective as well. But we can add simply those other connectors as well. So the only thing I need to do is add Google Workspace, make sure that I have the right credentials to connect to Google Workspace, and that's when it starts protecting it. And of course, the same goes for Salesforce. The same goes for Dynamics 365. So some of the more common SaaS providers, and then I can actually restore whatever I need to restore. So let's say I've got a user, and they have a file, and I needed to recover their file. So I go into OneDrive, I go into their documents. If they actually know the file name, I can use the smart search and simply search for it. Now, Contoso, those of you who've done many Microsoft certifications know that name. And from this simple to use web interface, I can simply download it, restore it, look at the multiple versions I have available in my backups. So I've got multiple snapshots available right now, and simply restore it. So this gives you a really easy way to protect your SaaS data onto an independent platform and give you the ability to recover. Now, of course, it has all the things built in, like role-based access control. You can have like a restore user that can only restore certain things. Of course, I'm an admin. I'm logged in as an admin right now. We've got audit logs. You can hook it up to your SSO solution, like Okta, for example. I can do all the monitoring there, but this is how easy it is to use. And
can this do litigation hold? Like, can you mark stuff to hold it for 7 years or whatever you need to?
So that's actually a great question. So the retention right now is unlimited within Zerto Backup for SaaS. So we don't charge you by it. So as long as you want to keep it, you'll keep it.
Yeah, I didn't know if there's a way to flag it for that, because I may know that you don't delete this, but in 7 years, whoever's running the thing may not know that.
Yeah. There's no legal holds or anything like that actually in it.
So is it fair to say then that, since this is a service that you're really just paying for what you consume, and you have unlimited access to store as much or as little as you want, and that's really what you're paying for?
Correct.
And you don't need to have the replication version of Zerto to sign up for this. If you want only to do SaaS applications, this is something that you can consume separately from Zerto.
Yes, it does. But in all honesty, the way we look at it is we've got customers where we are backing up and protecting their applications right now, their VM-based applications. They like Zerto. They really want to have that one point of contact. So for us, it's more of an unblocker. Is they ask, oh, can you do SaaS as well? So that's why we decided to actually do it as a partnership with Keepit. They still have one vendor to contact. And now we can offer and help them with SaaS backup as well, because we do have a lot of organizations that actually ask us for that. It's not really our goal to sell this as the solution for SaaS backup, but it's like you already have Zerto up and running right now. You want to protect it as well. You're used to, you've got your relationship with the account managers and the SCs. Use us for backup as well, because we have this offering that you can use. Hope that makes sense.
And how is this paid for? I mean, is it paid for by environment that you're backing up, or is it paid for by the amount of storage that you're consuming, or
per user, per seat?
Oh, And the seat is as from a SaaS perspective. So Salesforce, I might have 12,000 sales engineers using that. There'll be 12,000 seats in this environment.
Yes.
Got you.
I have a question about backing up teams, which in my organization is used heavily. It's kind of difficult to back up with different SaaS providers, especially chats. Files usually get a good grip of just OneDrive, aka SharePoint. But if you have time, could you show if you can back everything up from Teams? That would be great to see.
So this is like a quick overview of the things that for the different teams and what we can do. So I've got groups and teams. And so per the different teams within the environment, I can recover like the shared calendar of that team, the conversations. So if they have multiple conversations going on, I can actually recover those. So that goes really granular. I can, let's go back to the team, recover, of course, the files within that team, because they're mostly hosted on like OneDrive / SharePoint. The notebooks that are attached to it, the OneNotes, the plans that are available in that team, and of course the SharePoint site that's part of that team.
All right, perfect. And I can restore it all just the same with the mailboxes. I can restore it either copied somewhere or restore it right back to the user.
Absolutely, yes.
Cool.
So I can download it, or I can just simply restore it back to its original location.
Okay, nice. Thank you.